Hi, my name is Caitlin Adisisaval, and I'm thankful for my friends and family. I don't know what I would do without them in my life. And also food, because food, you know.
Hi, my name is Leslie Gallagher, and this year for Thanksgiving, I'm so thankful for my friends and family and how in 2020 I've been able to really grow and explore my passions.
Hi, my name is Joshua Torado, and I'm thankful for my loving family and being able to spend time with them this holiday season.
Hi, my name is Kathy Ezagira, and this year I am thankful for my health as well as my family's.
Hi, I'm Julia Ryan, and I'm thankful for my friends, family, and the health of everyone that I love.
I'm Lauren Small, and I'm thankful for my friends, my family, and the health of all those people and the opportunities that I've been given throughout my life.
Hello, my name is Isa Winek, and I'm grateful for my amazing family and opportunities here in the U.S.
I'm Jake Getz. I'm thankful for the health and safety of my family, my coffee maker, and all the artists that have been keeping things interesting during quarantine.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is Weekend Wake Up. My name is Caitlin Adisisaval, and I'm joined by my thankful co-host,
Leslie Gallagher. Today is our special Thanksgiving episode, so grab some pumpkin pie and settle in for a great show with our regular crew, along with some really awesome and special guests. First up, though, we're going to learn about what happened on this day in history, November 22nd. So in 1963, the Beatles released their second album with the Beatles in UK. And in 1995, Toy Story, I love that movie. Toy Story, the first feature-length film created completely using computer-generated imagery, is released. So that's pretty awesome. Making history.
So cool. That's interesting that stuff like that happened around Thanksgiving. Not that people can't come out with music around Thanksgiving, but I don't know, just interesting.
I
Toy Story.
And I can't put it into words.
Yeah, a Toy Story is not a Thanksgiving movie, but it's in the November-y time.
I feel like Toy Story always makes me feel really sad and happy at the same time. So it kind of fits for Thanksgiving, especially this year. Wow, that got sad real quick. Anyways, here's Kathy on how to celebrate Thanksgiving amid the pandemic. Kathy, how are you doing today?
Hi, how is everyone? I hope that everyone is doing well during this time, and I hope that everyone is also safe. So talking about being safe, this year Thanksgiving will probably be a little bit different for everyone. Here are some ways of celebrating Thanksgiving this year safely. Here are a few tips that you have probably heard over and over again over the past few months. The first would be to make sure you're wearing your mask. The second would be to stay 6 feet apart. And the third is to wash your hands and sanitize as well. So for Thanksgiving this year, the CDC has recommended a few ways to celebrate this holiday. The first would be that when you are attending a gathering, the first would be that when you are attending a gathering, it is best to bring your own plates and utensils, and to also continue wearing a mask and safely store your mask when you are eating and drinking. If you're hosting a gathering, make sure to limit the number of guests attending, and also, your guests can also bring their own food as well. If you do plan on traveling, it is best to just check the travel restrictions before doing so, just because every state is different. And the CDC also gives alternatives to celebrating this year. One would be to host a virtual Zoom gathering. The second would be to watch television like the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade and play games with your immediate family. And another alternative would be to participate in a gratitude activity where you and your loved ones can spend the time to go around each talking about what you are all thankful for this year. Yeah. And so talking about having a virtual Zoom gathering, this year my family and I are doing that with our family that we obviously cannot see this year. And that's something that we're all really excited about, just to spend, maybe at least an hour or two just on Zoom and just, getting spent time together virtually, because right now we can't obviously be together at this time. And so, talking about being thankful and Thanksgiving this year, I'm just really thankful for my family and my family's health. I'm thankful that I'll be graduating this semester, and that I will also be, in the spring starting grad school, which is a little bit scary, but I'm really excited for that. So, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know you were starting grad school. Good luck with that.
I'm
Congrats.
scared, but yeah.
No, that's awesome though. I'm sure it'll be good. That's very exciting.
Thank you. I know that during this time it's a bit like, going to grad school, or just going to school in general can be just a lot, but I'm just going to definitely take it easy and maybe take 2 or 3 classes and not take it like a full load where it's like 5 or 6 classes like I usually do. But yeah, I'm excited, and then, I'm excited to see what the future holds. But again, I'm just really grateful that, I'm able to graduate this semester, and, Montclair has given me some really awesome opportunities like this one. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Just something you said before that it's so interesting to me because some of the guidelines are like, oh, bring your own plates and utensils and like bring your own food. But like, if you're going to do all that, just don't have Thanksgiving together. Like, have it separately, virtually. Like, I don't understand. I'm going to show up to your house with my own plates, utensils, and food. Why am I at your house?
Yeah, I guess it's
like a whole meal for myself. Like, I know everybody brings things, but like,
yeah,
I don't. That's
yeah. My own plates, everything on it.
Stay home.
I guess like the big danger with like Thanksgiving is like how we're discovering how like buffet style is like really dangerous for like spreading stuff. And I guess that's kind of like what Thanksgiving is. You bring your own dish, but it's like for a lot of people, and then everyone takes a little bit. And then, like you said, if you're bringing and making your own meal anyway, I don't know, that's not like it's not the spirit of Thanksgiving, because it's about like love and being grateful, but it's also like a big part of it is like the sharing food aspect and showing love through food. At least that's how I feel about it. I don't know. As some people I know are quite stubborn about it, and they're like, it's the holidays, we got to see our families.
Yeah.
Like, but at the risk of like, what is that risk if you're not, following guidelines? And if you're having a small gathering, I can understand that. But
yeah, no, I definitely really relate with that. Like, I know for last year Thanksgiving we had around like 10 to 15 people at my house, and this year it's only going to be me, my parents, and my sister. And we were thinking about inviting my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, but my sister-in-law is pregnant right now. So we just, like, we don't want to put her at risk as well, just in case, like, you never know. So we're just going to probably just Zoom with them, even though they're 10 minutes away. I think it's just best for right now to do everything through Zoom. And yeah, I mean, even like last year, like I also had like Friendsgiving too. And again, we're all right now just in different states. So right now, the best thing to do is, again, just a virtual Zoom, Thanksgiving. But, it's still fun. I think just being able to talk to people, in any way you can, and just like spend, the hour or two with them, even if it's online, is still fun. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it can still be fun. I mean, it's only like, not fun if you make it not fun. Like, there's things you can do virtually that will make it fun, and you could still have that, grateful mindset. And it's like, to be grateful that you can see your family even virtually is like, I don't know, it kind of just makes sense of I don't know what I'm saying.
It really puts like things into perspective, I think, So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like that we get to be grateful to even just see people on Zoom. Like, that is something to be thankful for, and something that like I don't feel the reason to like complain about, if that makes sense.
I agree.
One thing I did read about a good tip for how to celebrate Thanksgiving this year is like delivering food to someone, or like having like someone's favorite meal delivered to them, especially if they're in like a bad financial spot, or if they maybe aren't feeling really well and they don't want to cook. If you like, I don't know, maybe like order like their favorite food and have it delivered to them. I thought that was like a really sweet thing to do, because it still involves food, but it's like, contactless. Still a really nice thing to do.
And it's a good way to connect with somebody still. Like, even if you can't really hang out with them, that's a sign of love. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Food is the gift of love.
I'll have to make sure I do that, and I'll get back to you.
If you guys had to pick one thing for someone to deliver to you food-wise, what would you pick?
Like anything, like not Thanksgiving themed.
Yeah, anything you want. I mean, it could then be Thanksgiving themed, but whatever, who cares, right? It's your life, Caitlin. She's thinking hard about it.
I cannot remember the name of this one like little cake shop I live nearby. I want to say it's called Nothing But Bundt Cake or something, but basically like just stores little bundt cakes, these little bundt cakes, and they are so good and amazing, and I think that'd be awesome to like someone have delivered for me. I don't know who, so if anybody, let me stop. No, like they're so good. Even like the smaller ones, they're not too expensive either, and they're just like, even for 2 people, like a small one is like, like enough. So it's really good. Yeah.
You just eat it by yourself.
Right. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I'm
It's the
definitely.
whole thing.
No. Yeah. I'm definitely more into sweets and everything. So I'm like anything sweet.
Same
Yeah.
girl.
Oh, sweets. Okay. I was thinking like food. Like,
But
Yeah,
no,
I was thinking like
the desserts. I'm like, skip the whole feast. Just give it.
oh my goodness. Okay, so I really like why this should not be a hard thing for me, but I'm literally thinking about everything because it depends on your mood too. Like for some reason I'm really like I'm really craving Taco Bell. So like if somebody brought me Taco Bell, I would really love them forever because I really want Taco Bell. But also like if it was just a random day, probably Chinese food. Like I don't care what day it is. Like just give me like fried rice and like chicken and broccoli and just unlimited. Like oh my god, I could eat that forever.
Lo mein
Yeah.
and stuff.
Exactly.
I feel like I would want like cheesecake from this local diner because it's like the best cheesecake ever. But I'd also want something savory, maybe like some I don't know, like sweet potato fries. I don't know. That's off the top of my head. I'm just
Sweet
like
potato fries and cheesecake.
It sounds like a good combo to me. I can't think of like an entree, so that's what I'm going with. Anyways, thank you so much, Kathy, for sharing some ways we can be safe this year. Really appreciate it, and we hope the folks at home take your tips.
Yes,
Of course.
definitely.
Everyone stays safe.
Such an interesting time for Thanksgiving too. Like I think it's just gonna be me, my mom, my stepdad, and like my grandmother. So it's not bad, but it's just like the whole idea. Everything's so different.
I hope your grandma feels safe because that can be like kind of stressful as like in a I don't know, being older, and I'd hope she feels okay.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of the pandemic, we have Josh here. We have a special guest, Josh from the station.
Josh, tell the people everything you do for the station because it's a lot.
Oh, hello. You're gonna
Okay,
make
maybe not everything, but
I'm not gonna say everything, but hello, my name is Josh, also known as Josh. I am the programming director and production director for 90.3 WMSC.
Upper Montclair.
Upper Montclair. It's not the top of the hour, so we don't have to say it.
I know.
Anywho, thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. A week early.
You can still say it. It's the season.
Why not? Josh, I'm thankful for you.
Thank you. I'm thankful for you, Leslie.
Oh my God. But you do so much.
Oh my God.
Genuine shock.
Yeah.
But so today, let's get right into it. If your family is anything like my family, on Thanksgiving Day, the first thing you do when you wake up is tune into, what is it, NBC? Oh, I'm not a good researcher. NBC, and watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, right? But in the midst of a pandemic, that can be kind of tricky to do. But I'm here to tell you guys that it is still happening, so you don't have to worry. You can still watch it. But it's going to be a little different this year, right? There's going to be no crowds, similar to how Macy's operated their 4th of July fireworks special, if you remember that. It's going to be pre-taped to avoid those crowds gathering. Because even if you say you're not going to have crowds, people that, actually live there might still find their way, and people will still try to travel up to view it live. So it's also going to be pre-recorded, and it's not going to follow the same route. Usually they have a 2.5-mile route from, West Central Park to 6th Ave, and they go down to Herald Square where the Macy's store is there, right? And they're there the whole day. But this time they're going to scatter them around Herald Square in undisclosed locations. They've been working with the city of New York to kind of do little pop-up ones to avoid that mass gathering, right? And something important to note is that there's not going to be any balloon handlers. Now, our favorite balloons, Snoopy, Pikachu, some of my favorites, just to name a few, will still be there, but they're not going to be handled by the 80 to 100 people that we'd usually see the other 93 or however many years they've been doing it now. They're going to have, cars that are specially outfitted to make sure they can handle the balloons. Because when I first read that, I thought, what if the car flies away? But then you kind of think the same about the people. I always wonder how the people don't fly away, but it's a group effort. Also, the college and high school bands that we usually see every year are now going to be replaced with locally with local musicians from New York, local acts that are specially trained to perform during this time. You know, I think that's good. You don't want to risk the lives of children and teenagers, and no matter how bad they may want to do it. Because I know if you have the chance to perform in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, it's kind of a once in a lifetime type thing. And speaking of performances, there will still be celebrity acts for those of you who want to know, right? And I think, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be kind of weird, right? Kind of how sports was. It's the whole point of a parade is to parade for people. So kind of having a parade without people kind of
like
seems
you want to have that
weird.
feedback, that audience feedback. But I feel like that's a lot of things like artists are dealing with, like not having that instant feedback.
I mean, I know from watching the parade every year, kind of like that background noise you hear when people are reporting live is just the crowd screaming and people reacting to the different floats. So to not have that, I wonder if they'll do it artificially. I feel like that might go quite
Put like a separate recording, like in like
just put a laugh track, put a scream track.
I feel like that's even more
Scream track.
I find it really smart though that they're pre-recording it on a different day and also going a different route, because I feel like that ensures people not watching it live, because you know that if they did it on the same day on the same route, that there'd be people who would probably like ignore the rules and just like go watch it anyway. So honestly, that's like really smart on their part.
Wait, but like if you go to New York on Thanksgiving, like there's gonna be nothing there. Is that like what they're saying, or is it just gonna be less? Like what?
I mean, some of the floats going by will be pre-recorded, but from what I garnered, I think they will still have something, right? Whether it be just in front of the Macy's store in Herald Square, just like maybe the Santa Claus. I wasn't too sure.
Interesting. I mean, I guess, you know, we'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
I actually don't watch it, but now I want to watch it. I don't know. I just never
watched it.
No, I don't. I mean, I watched it on TV. I've never been to New York City on the day. Like I know that for sure.
I haven't either.
Yeah, no, but you watch it on TV, right? Like that's the.
No.
Oh, you don't watch it? Okay. Oh.
Maybe like I have.
You don't think so?
No, like I literally don't remember. Maybe I did when I was a kid, but I haven't recently because I don't know. I kind of forgot about it.
That's fair. I feel like a lot of times it's just on, like, and then you get up in the middle and you help your mom with something, but like it's just there.
As soon as I wake up, it's already on the TV because my mom just puts it on. Right, I wake up at like 10 a.m. and it's halfway through the parade, and we start cooking and preparing things. She's like, "Help me make."
Oh my god, we literally, my family's crazy maybe, but like we start preparing food at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And like we just, I think we like forget about like the TV or something, because like I don't know, we're always just like too busy cooking like sweet potatoes or I don't know, whatever we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense. I feel like my mom would get up early too to cook, but I don't. When I get up, I help her.
Literally, our kitchen is like this big chaotic mess of like all four of us just like, you do this, you do this, you do this, and we all just like go full speed. It's absolutely insane. But that's part of why I love Thanksgiving, is just the absolute chaos. It's really fun, honestly.
Yeah, that's sweet. I feel like my number one memory of just Thanksgiving, like every single year, is just waking up and then just being around all the food. I think everybody can relate to this, but being around all the food, but you can't eat. You're just starving.
Oh my god!
So you can eat.
My memory every year is waiting for that one part of the family to be like, "Oh, they're late again. We can't start eating without them." All right, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't eat anything the night before to make room."
Exactly.
And it's 4 p.m. and you're starving, waiting, and they're also the ones who are responsible for the mashed potatoes. So then you don't got mashed potatoes there. You don't have the side dish. It's like you're waiting for your cousins and the mashed potatoes. And then you get there and you're kind of excited. You're like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you. Where's the mashed potatoes?"
Exactly. Where's the food?
Priorities, come on.
You have half a plate already made when they get there, and you're just like, "Oh, hi, thanks." You put the mashed potatoes on.
Josh, before you go, would you mind telling everyone what your favorite Thanksgiving food is?
Oh, my favorite Thanksgiving food?
If you had to pick just one.
You see, that's hard. I mean, Thanksgiving is all about the turkey, right? But turkey's always dry.
I agree.
Exactly. I hate turkey.
You
Thank
gotta
you
take
for
the
saying that.
taster and you just gotta like all the turkey juice onto it. You know, my titi sometimes she makes a ham as well, and I just be
Ooh,
like,
I love
"Titi, slap me some ham," right? And like jamon, and I'm like, "Yes, claro que sí, dame jamon." And put some jamon on there. I don't know. My family, we're Hispanic, but there's not much like super Hispanic things on Thanksgiving. It's just the turkey, the ham,
Pretty
mac and
American
cheese.
food.
Yeah, it's just Thanksgiving food. But I would say, oh man, you caught me off guard.
I really put you on the spot, didn't I?
I'll tell you what I don't like: cranberry sauce. I'll leave it at
Me
that.
neither. I don't like it either.
What?
But I feel like that's a very American thing too. Like you said, you feel
Uh-huh.
like there's not really like a specific Hispanic tradition, but I feel like I don't know. Do normal people eat like rice and stuff with? I feel like people don't
Oh
normally
yeah,
eat
we
rice
have
at Thanksgiving, but that's
arroz
like big.
con gandules. Yeah,
Yeah, that's big.
see, I didn't even think about that because that's just always there.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like it's things that I'm just like, oh, that's just food, but I don't know if everybody else does that.
Yeah.
We do that sometimes if I'm going to my dad's side of the family, because I had an aunt who was Cuban, so we always had some sort of rice dish, and even though my aunt and my uncle are divorced, he still makes her Cuban dishes, so we always eat rice and something Cuban, and it's honestly
Nice.
really good.
Yeah,
So
I love Cuban food.
Mm-hmm. No,
That's
now I'm
nice.
hungry. I haven't eaten today, guys.
Me
honestly,
neither. It's
Um,
okay. I starve myself till it gets like, oh wait, I should probably eat. Not on purpose.
That's why I
unconsciously.
literally have alarms on my phone to remind myself to eat.
I need to do that too, because like I feel like with quarantine, I just do work and I just
Forget.
forget sometimes.
Just
Yeah,
forget.
because you don't look at the time either. Like it's just the time. And then you look and you're like, oh, it's been that long.
Oh, I've been wasting
Like,
3
oh, it's
hours.
4 p.m. Oops.
I've been not productive for 4 hours.
I said I'd start working 2 hours ago, and then I started watching a movie. Oh no. You avoid looking at time. But cranberry sauce, nah, miss me with that. It's always there, and every time I look at it, it still has the grooves of the can. I'm just like,
Ew,
no, I don't
ew,
want
ew, ew.
that.
I'm
But,
perfectly fine with that.
yeah, I do like yams.
Ooh.
Okay, we got a like and a dislike from
Candied-
Josh. You
Candied
see?
yams with the
Candied. I've never had that.
cinnamon and the marshmallows in it.
Oh, the marshmallows.
Ooh.
It's an acquired.
I'm
taste.
trying to remember Thanksgiving foods. Like,
Oh yeah, I haven't had like a.
really American one is like the yams with like the marshmallows on top or something. I've never actually had it, but I've heard it just tastes like.
We always makes it.
yeah, my grandmother makes that. I don't remember eating it
Doesn't
though, to be
sound-
honest.
Yeah, as a kid, I would always be like, "Ugh, what?
Right? I'm just picky. I
Yams
just would
is
look
so-
at it and I'd be like,
Yeah, they're also called yams. You know, as a kid, your taste buds are also more like acute, and they're more sensitive.
All I wanted was like chicken nuggets. I was like, I don't want turkey.
exactly. But anyway, thank you, Josh, for coming on and talking to us. We went on a little food ramble, which is always fun. I love talking about food.
Same. I'm super hungry, so it works.
Yeah,
Anyways, thank you, Josh.
I'll have you-
We have Isa here to talk to us about the history of Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
Hello, guys. I hope everyone is doing well and having a great time. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone is going to have an awesome time with their family, friends, eat a lot of turkey or tofu turkey if you're vegetarian, and a lot of good food, basically.
Food. Yes, I'm ready.
So am I, honestly. Today, I would love to chat about the historical significance of Thanksgiving, because even though now it's this cute, cozy holiday that Americans find they could celebrate gratitude and just chill with their family and have a lot of food and then go to Black Friday the next day, it actually has a much deeper, more historical significance that I feel we could all come to appreciate if we just knew a little bit more about. Now, a lot of people might not know, but Thanksgiving is actually, I would say, not just an American holiday, but it's this tradition kind of celebrated around the world. Basically stating that around the world, like by the end of November is this time of harvest and gathering and gratitude. A lot of people get together, have this just like wonderful time, this just coziness, cultivate a lot of these like good memories and emotions, and like have all these colors, lights, music, simply because they all want to celebrate before the cold months come in and before you can't really celebrate because everyone's going to be focused on basically doing everything to survive. That stating that through a historical standpoint, of course. But in America in particular, this is much more significant because we have a deeper historical connotation to it. I'm sure you guys grew up ever since elementary school listening about Indians and pilgrims and how they were together. In reality, the story goes much deeper, and I would say it's almost a little more harsh. Now what happens, the pilgrims came here in about the 1620s. Now during that time, of course, they had no modern technology. They had no idea how to live here in America. They had no idea like where they were going, what their life will be like. And their first few winters here were very harsh. Out of about 100 people that came here, only about 20 to 30 survived, which is crazy. And what happened? Yeah, it was horrible. Like, not only was it cold, it was famine. A lot of people had many disputes and arguments. A lot of people simply couldn't find a way to carry on because it was a huge lifestyle shift. And it was horrible. It was harsh. I mean, imagine what that would be like, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds really scary to go through, honestly.
But what happened was that a Native American tribe, or a few tribes that saw these new people coming here and trying to live, but in a way failing, they came and they were very, very generous and very welcoming, and they saw that they were dying. So they taught them how to grow corn, and they called it maize, or the three sisters: corns, bean, and squash, the most popular things that only could grow here in America at the time. They taught them how to hunt. They taught them how to fish, how to gather different plants, different seeds, nuts, and just basically learn how to survive. And after their first successful harvest, these pilgrims, were so thankful and so happy that they could finally live normally, not just keep dying and decreasing in numbers and ultimately fail, that they invited these Native Americans to this big feast that they called the Feast of Thanksgiving. And every year around this time, after the first Thanksgiving, they would just have a celebration of the harvest. But then future presidents like President Abraham Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt put significance on the fact that we as Americans, as these pilgrims who came to America, thrived, and we developed this deeper, rich culture who now turned into this huge society of the United States. They want to embrace that. So every year around this time of the harvest, they would call it Thanksgiving, to be thankful that we came here and we survived in the first place. Because if you think about it, if it wasn't for these Native Americans, if it wasn't for them teaching us and us actually cultivating all these things, these techniques that they taught us and persisting, we wouldn't be here today. So that's a lot to take in. But what do you guys think about it?
Yeah, that is a lot. I guess I never really thought about the origin of the name. I mean, it does make sense, but I never thought about it that deeply. But wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that that's how it led to where we are today too. So just interesting.
And now we celebrate it with tons of food and stuff, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about the real history, like you said. We do learn about it in school, but I feel like we don't learn the reality of how difficult it was, if that makes sense. I don't know about you guys, but we always made pilgrim hats out of colored paper. And I don't know, that didn't really teach me much. I mean, it was fun, but I didn't really understand what was actually going on.
Also something interesting, just based on what you guys said, that now we have all these traditions, all these foods that you see on the table: turkey, sweet potato, green beans, or cornbread. These were all things that originally were either grown only in America or created by the pilgrims. Stuffing itself, if you think about it, it's either herbs with bread or rice. That was such a simple meal that they would create by throwing everything together, because they in a way had nothing to eat. So, and what's also interesting, turkey is usually only found in the United States. Now we have now we could freeze things, send things internationally, but back then it was this only bird that they found in the United States. They're oh, it's very American. So all these foods that you see on the table, like I said, sweet potato, corn, if you maybe have beans, pumpkin or squash, cornbread even, it all came from these foods that the pilgrims originally had and grown from their first harvest. So that's also something interesting to think about.
That is so cool. What I find the most interesting about that is the fact that we still eat the same foods that they originally ate. You would think like that they ate something way different and that like the holiday like evolved weirdly in a way, but we literally eat the same thing, like squash, like we eat like pumpkin pie, like stuffing. A lot of people love stuffing, even if they don't know what it is, you know. A lot of people like it. And cornbread, like I love like cornbread and corn muffins. I always want those on Thanksgiving. I find it crazy how like the original foods really haven't evolved. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but that's an awesome thing too, like the fact that that's kind of lasted through the years. So that it really is it's a very American holiday. So that's cool that the foods kind of stayed the same too.
Yeah, definitely like evolved, but it's definitely still the same. So it's just interesting to think that from the beginning, this kind of lasted so long.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Isa, for teaching us some history. I always enjoy your little historical research. It's so interesting. So thank you so much.
Of course, guys. Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Stay awesome and stay grateful.
I
See you
will, Isa. Thank you.
Of course, yeah. Goodbye.
Bye. Wow. Isa just always teaches me so much information that I didn't know before.
Exactly. Honestly, I feel like I haven't heard it because, okay, I feel like I haven't heard somebody talk about Thanksgiving in so long, like in a historical sense, because that's something you learn in school, but like elementary school. Like I feel like the older you get, the less it's brought up.
Yeah, for real. I feel like more when you grow up, it's like about like, I don't know, I guess adults like stress more about holidays, and it's not really about like what the holiday was. It's like who's bringing the cranberry sauce, who's bringing the whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll kind of forget the background. But wow, I found that really interesting how most of the foods are like the same. I don't know why I find that fascinating. You would just think a lot more things would be changed. I mean, like I know a lot of people in the South eat like mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. A lot of us eat like cranberry sauce, and those are things that are different, but like most of it's
But
still
for
the
the
same.
most part, yeah. Exactly. And I thought it was cool how she said that turkeys are just like they were originally just found here, which is
Yeah, that's
how that
something I
all
actually
kind of
learned in history class, where it was like different parts of the world grew different things, and before like the beginning of globalization, like only those parts of the world had those things, and they didn't even know the other stuff on the other side of the world existed. So yeah, that's some really interesting stuff. A little bit of history. But anyways, we've got a very, very special guest, my friend Julia Ryan, who used to co-host on the Morning Buzz with me. So I'm really nostalgic that she's here. She's going to talk about gratitude. How are you today, Julia?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
I'm better now that you're here.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Well, I'm grateful, thankful that you're here.
Ha ha ha.
So yes, I want to talk about gratitude because Thanksgiving is a really important time to think about the small and big things that you're grateful for, especially in the midst of what's going on today. It's important to think about the small things that make it easier to keep going. So basically, I took to social media and I asked my followers what they were thankful for and grateful for, and here are their interesting responses. So, Nala Penna said that she is thankful for her pets because they are her best friends.
Oh, mine too.
I was like, oh, thank you. Hannah Bruzio said that she is thankful for her students and their willingness to stay engaged during virtual learning. And she teaches preschoolers, so just getting them engaged in general is amazing, let alone virtually.
That sounds so difficult. Shout out to Hannah. You're doing hard work.
Hannah, you're doing amazing. Keep it up.
Go, Hannah.
So interesting. My mom just commented my name on my post. So I'm guessing that means that she's grateful for me. So if that's true, thank you, Mom. I'm grateful for you too. Yes.
That's so cute and wholesome.
I don't think she understood like what was happening, but she put my name, so that's great. Presley Lynn said that she is grateful for having a loving family and an amazing best friend.
Aww. Oh. Yes. Always be thankful for your friends and your family. Oh,
yeah,
so good.
Definitely. Sophie Grace said that she's thankful for her mom because she's helped her a lot, and also Harry Styles.
I mean, yeah, of course, Harry Styles. Like, I mean,
It had to be added in. It had to. I agree.
Harry Styles, they're on the same level.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
They're up there.
He's on the
They're both
cover
up
of
there.
Vogue too. So, go get a copy of Vogue. He's on there.
Yeah. Exactly. Up next, Sophie Grace. This one, or no, I already said Sophie Grace. Bridget Franklin. This one made me like when I read it. Bridget Franklin said, quote, "I'm grateful I kept pushing when all I wanted to do was give up. I'm so happy now," quote.
That's so inspirational.
I read it and I was like, oh my God. And then I messaged her and I was like, this is the sweetest thing I've read so far. It was just heartwarming.
I'm grateful you kept pushing too, Bridget. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, right?
Yes, good for you.
I messaged her. I was just like, I'm really happy that you're in such a good place and all that stuff. And she was really very, very sweet. I was like,
Love it.
And then Isa Pereg said, quote, "I'm thankful for learning how to love myself," quote.
That is amazing. That is actually amazing.
I love how vulnerable these people are in your things. And you even warned, like, oh, this might be on a show and I'll mention your name. And they're still being so vulnerable. I love it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Of course, I got some like random comments. Like someone just commented cheese. And I was like, okay.
Fair enough. But like, priorities.
Yeah. I was like, okay. All right. That's not what I was going for. But if that's what you're grateful for, great. But yeah, these people were like just opening up and I was like, okay, run with it. Like, this is amazing. Up next, Lizzie Melkinski said that she's grateful for family, friends, food, and furry friends.
Wow, that alliteration though.
She literally commented, I literally wanted to keep a theme with the first letter being an F. Like she literally commented that. So good job, Lizzie.
Good job, Lizzie. You passed English today. Thankful. You're good at alliteration.
And then up next is another Lizzie. She didn't want to give her last name, so that's completely fine. But she said that she is grateful for her immigrant parents who gave her the opportunity to pursue nursing and study abroad in South Africa.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah, that is a great opportunity. Wow. That's amazing. Good luck with your nursing degree, Liz. Wow.
Yeah, especially with everything going on. Like, that's amazing, especially going to South Africa. Not everyone gets that opportunity, so it's really great that she is so appreciative of it. I even messaged her afterwards and I was like, oh my God, like your parents are amazing. Like that's so great that they're so supportive. She was like, yeah, they've been supportive since day one. I was like, I'm so happy for you.
So cute.
Right? I was like, oh my God. And then I had about 10 other people just say friends and family. And I figured I wouldn't give everyone's names. So I just figured I'd say that a bunch of people said friends and family because yes.
That's a given, naturally.
Yeah, basically.
That's a safe response for Thanksgiving. Thankful
for
family. And you are, of course. That's cute though.
Yeah. But I do think it's like another reason I want to come on and talk about gratitude is I think it's really easy to lose sight of things, especially in such like a hard time. And I actually wanted to give a tip to think about the things you're grateful for that I've been trying and implementing in my life that has been helping me. Every night before I go to bed, I've only been doing this for like 2 weeks, so I can't be like, oh my God, I've been doing this forever. But I just started it and I feel like it's helped me a lot. I feel like I'm happier, more positive. Before I go to sleep, I think of 5 good things or 5 positive things that happen throughout the day, even if they're super small, super big, does not matter. Like someone holding the door or, just like the nice cup of tea you have in the morning, anything. And it really changes your mood. I just love doing it. And I feel like it could help a lot of people if they did it too.
Yeah, so, that's awesome.
I have a question. Why, I don't know, I guess I was going to ask like why at night as opposed to morning, but I guess because you can like leave the day with like positive thoughts and like to like sleep more calmly. And then you wake up, I don't know, maybe feeling naturally more positive. I mean, the impact of doing that for 2 weeks definitely you feel like had an effect on you, you said?
Yeah, I definitely feel, because usually I have problems sleeping if I'm stressed out. And after I do that, I literally just like hit the pillow, I'm knocked out. Like helps my sleep schedule too and my mood. So it's great.
Wow, that's really cool.
I feel like it's easier to reflect on your day though. Like if you do it at night and you can kind of think about everything that happened through the day. Because in the morning, like you have to think, and then I feel like nobody's really fully ready to think in the morning.
I'm definitely not ready to think in the morning.
Mhm.
So yeah, at night, yeah, that's like really sweet. Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Julia, for sharing all those things, sharing those tips, and blessing this show with wholesomeness because I think we needed it.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank
I
you.
needed that positive energy in my life.
I try to bring what I can to the
If-
table.
If you want to hear more from Julia, she does have her own show that airs on Tuesdays, Alternative Reality. I'm
Yes.
occasionally a guest there, so you
And
should tune in some time.
yeah, and we always talk. There's a gratefulness segment. Leslie knows we always talk about what we're grateful for and positive things, just to bring up the mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for the plug. Appreciate it.
Of course, I got you.
But thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
It was a great time, and I hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving and that they stay safe and healthy. And yes,
Thank you, Julia.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Aw.
My heart feels like whole. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that was awesome because I think like I'm trying to, if I don't do something like that, so I think it'd be really cool to try that out, like saying things you're grateful for at the end of the night, because it kind of, you know how we were trying to figure out what to say we were grateful for? If you do that at night, it makes you realize more of like the little things in life.
Exactly.
I
And
think
it's
that's-
like I used to do that. I did it for maybe a couple weeks in high school, and like I don't know, I think at some point I forgot or fell out of the habit of doing it, but for the time that I did do it, it was really nice to like reflect on my day and be like one of my things was like, oh, I'm grateful I had pizzas today because I really like that and that food makes me happy. And it was just like really simple things in your day. Or I'm grateful I didn't fail that math test, which I did pretty frequently in high school. So it was really nice when I
Leslie.
did it.
Oh my goodness. Imagine. I can't. Oh, wait. You know, it would have been cool if you were friends with Kenny in high school because he could have helped you with your math, honestly.
Henny could have been my math tutor, and honestly, I would have been forever grateful. But no, that did not happen.
But, you know, anyway, we do have Lauren here back with her mental health and self-care segment. So, Lauren, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you two? Today, I just want to get it out there that today's segment may be triggering to some listeners. So please be advised that we're going to be discussing a sensitive topic, which is eating disorders, and not just eating disorders, but also creating a healthy mindset with food.
That's a really
So-
important topic to talk
Yeah,
about.
and especially with Thanksgiving coming up, it may be like something that people need to talk about and get prepared for if that's something that they struggle with.
For sure.
So according to healthline.org, quote, although the term eating is in the name, eating disorders are more about although the term eating is in the name, eating disorders are about more than food. They're complex mental health conditions that often require the intervention of medical and psychological experts to alter their course, end quote. And in the United States alone, an estimated 20 million women and 10 million men have or have had an eating disorder at some point in their life. I want to ask you
More
guys.
common than people. Sorry.
What'd you say?
I just said it's like probably a lot more common than people think.
Yes,
based-
it's super common. And I feel like, especially with social media and everything, like that's where I learned about it the most. Like, do you guys think that it was discussed enough in like school when we were younger or anything?
Oof.
No.
Honestly, no. I don't think we ever talked about it. I learned about it just like through knowing people. I had a friend who had it once really bad, and I mean I knew about it beforehand, but like you said, like social media, like I think more like the internet is probably where I actually learned about those things.
Yeah, I mean, like most things in life, the internet, but I also feel like things I watched on TV. I don't remember the show, but there was one show that kind of had a main character like that. And then also everything that
gosh.
happened with like Demi Lovato. I remember that.
That's true.
It was that I think that was the only time I learned about it in school is they played that Full House episode.
Yeah, I was just about to mention the Full House episode with what was her name, DJ?
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I was like, oh my god, like this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and I think it's a little concerning that it's not talked about really. Like, I think it should be brought up in health classes and stuff like that because even though it is a sensitive topic, it's still important to discuss. And, like, it's a dangerous thing to just learn it on the internet because honestly, it can be a little, I don't want to say like encouraging, but it's not a good environment to be educated on it because it's less about education and more about like,
I know exactly what you mean because I remember for a really long time, especially on like Tumblr, it was like kind of toxic where
yeah,
people were trying to like look a certain way and they would take pictures a certain way to make themselves look like skinnier, and it wasn't necessarily healthy, and it became like a trend.
yes,
Like
that's
imaged a lot of people, and like I don't want to mention the specific trend because it's like kind of really triggering for some people, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's like very very unhealthy to witness, and I know a lot of people went through that because they were trying to be like cool or trendy, and the internet was like not the best place to learn about it, like you said, because it was just a bad influence, I think.
So the top 3 most common eating disorders are anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder, but there's also many other various eating disorders. And eating disorders are a mental illness, and they require more help than just self-care that we can give over the radio. So those who feel that they may have one should reach out to a trusted family member or friend and contact their doctor. However, today I wanted to discuss how everyone can make sure that they're maintaining a healthy relationship with food. According to foodandnutrition.org, quote, nourishing your body is the foundation of health. Diet culture makes food out to be the enemy or something that needs to be controlled. However, the food we eat impacts our ability to thrive. At the crux of it all, healthy nutrition is an investment in yourself and your life. Your self-care should start there, unquote. What do you guys think about that? Like, have you ever noticed that how or what or when you eat definitely affects your mood?
Yeah, I think that it's okay. So I feel like if I do eat healthier, like I do feel better about myself. And it's kind of just about self-discipline because there are so many things out there that aren't necessarily good for you, but you want to eat them. So like the thing with dieting, like you said, it's just really unhealthy because I mean, it's the exact same thing you said, but you kind of make food the enemy. And I mean, I know I'm guilty of that. Like eating less doesn't mean you're going to lose weight. Like that's not healthy. It's about what you eat. So that's like that whole idea that, yeah.
It's definitely like a dangerous trap if you like fall into like thinking that food is the enemy, because food is meant to fuel your body and make it function. And without it, you know, even if you did lose weight, you wouldn't be losing it in a healthy way. So I feel like I'm definitely like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm having a hard time explaining it, but like, I think like good foods like vegetables and like stuff can make you feel energized and feel good, but I also do like sweets because they make me like happy. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because I feel like you should be able to eat the things you like. Like you shouldn't feel like, oh my god, that means I can never eat my favorite cake again. Like it should never be like that.
I'm not giving up my sweets. Like
exactly.
No, never.
It's just like everything in moderation. Like you could have small portions of it. Like, you know, don't eat it all day. But like
yeah. I mean, yeah. Don't be like me. Don't eat it all day. No, I'm kidding. I just really love sweets. I'm serious.
Something I found like on TikTok of all places where I get educated in this quarantine time was intuitive eating, and it's like listening to your body and like I don't know, your body tells you what you want. Like my body's telling me I want an apple right now. And you have the apple.
Just like how I crave sweets, I also crave healthy foods. Like, wow, I could really go for like a salad right now.
Oh my god, I've never said that in my life.
I like seriously, I was like, if you know me, I really don't say this stuff like that. But sometimes I'm really just in for like a light, healthy, I don't know, meal. Or sometimes I'm just like, wow, I could really go for like, I don't know, like some chicken and broccoli. I mean, it's something I really enjoy, but like, you know, I feel like I crave healthy foods as well as sweet foods. So I guess that is intuitive eating, and also eating when you're hungry, not just eating when you're bored.
That's true. Yeah, definitely that. I guess I should listen to my body more because I've never felt like I should eat a salad right now, but you know, maybe I'm just missing something. So I'll check that out.
Here's the thing:
it's like listen to your body, Caitlin. Maybe it's saying it, but you just can't hear it.
I just can't hear. It's like clouded.
Here's the thing: is you probably eat healthier than me, Caitlin. I'm just gonna safely assume that because I'm the kind of person who likes to eat ice cream like at least every other day.
Bro, so, I work at an ice cream shop. I love ice cream. It's so bad how much I haven't had it in so long, and oh my god.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Lauren, for this
Yeah.
awesome segment. It was very informative and quite fun. So thank you, and have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. Thank you.
Interesting. I
I'm sorry, can we just like cut that out because I just didn't know what to say.
it was just we were just like, what words?
I went blank. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Laura, for telling us. You can dip, and
Okay.
hopefully the sound of Zoom won't pick it up. Because we're
Yeah,
cutting.
I mean, well, nothing. Kenny will cut this out. We're not really.
Kenny's. Oh my god. Sometimes like
Kenny.
after episodes, my brain just goes full blank. Anyways,
We have no brain cells at this point.
how do we transition?
We're just like, okay, how do we okay. Well, that was an interesting conversation about food. You know, I do miss ice cream, but that's not important right now. Anyway, you know,
Priorities.
I feel like we've been talking about all these different aspects of Thanksgiving, but we have Jake here, who is one of our new segment hosts, and he is going to talk to us about music, Thanksgiving music, which I feel like is very interesting. So
Does it
Jake,
even exist? Like
exactly.
when he pitched this segment, I was like, Jake, you do you. But here's what he's got. I'm sure it's better than I could ever come up with.
Hello. Yes, I'm new to the Weekend Wake Up team. I'm going to be a regular segment host for music. And I just wanted to start this off with just a general question. Like, what do you guys think of the concept of Thanksgiving music? Do you think like such a thing even exists? And if so, like what characterizes it?
Honestly, I really don't know because like when I think of
Yeah.
holiday music, I think like Christmas music, and I don't do does Thanksgiving music exist? Like I'm so
I
confused.
mean, I feel like if I think Thanksgiving music, like if I think of Thanksgiving time, I don't really think of a necessarily like this is what Thanksgiving music is, but I'm just kind of thinking of like soft, like classical, like dinner music that you might play in the background. But I don't have names or anything like that.
Last Thanksgiving, I gave you a turkey.
I'm so sorry. My dog is like going off right now. Should I keep? Wait.
Yeah, we could just
Yeah, we.
No,
cut
wait.
it.
pause.
I don't know what's making her mad.
Wait for
Start.
kids. Okay.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Okay. So today I'm just gonna try to give a bit of a form of the very vague idea that is Thanksgiving music. I've made a Thanksgiving playlist featuring songs that most people will probably know and some that you might not. I'm gonna just kind of go over them, and maybe you'll have a better sense of what it could be and be inspired to make a playlist of your own. So I feel like the first thing we need to address is that Thanksgiving is basically the fall holiday. Like it's not like Halloween where it takes place in fall, and that's like a big part of it, but it has like the whole spooky aspect. It's really just all fall and food, which works out really well for our purposes because there's a bunch of really great fall songs. I'm thinking like Autumn Leaves performed by Nat King Cole, September by Earth, Wind and Fire, Harvest Moon by Neil Young, Autumn in New York performed by Billie Holiday, and like hundreds more. Can you guys think of any more fall songs? I feel like there's so many.
Off the top of my
Really?
head, like no.
Yeah, I feel like I can't, but you said Nat King Cole, and I just like that voice I love. Like that's such a good energy for this time of the year, I feel like. So I definitely could see that. But September by Earth, Wind and Fire, that's funny. I think of that as such a like party song.
Yeah, but like it also works as it's September, it's fall.
September. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's also like
Thanksgiving can be a party too. Why not, right?
yeah. There's also like just a bunch of generally classic songs that have nothing to do with Thanksgiving or like fall, but like you know if you play them on your family Zoom meeting, they're gonna eat it up, you know? Like Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver.
Oh, that's
Like,
such a good song.
Yeah, like Come Together by the Beatles, One Love by Bob Marley. Like you know, if you play this at a Thanksgiving event, people are just gonna go nuts. They're gonna be like, yes, this is exactly what we want.
Oh my
So I think for that reason.
Also,
And also,
can I say
yes.
one too that I
What?
feel like is also in the range of those songs is if you started playing I'm having or Can't Stop Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. I feel
Oh,
like
for
that's
sure.
also a hype song that people would be like, yeah, you know, like that's the vibes I get.
No, definitely. And moving on, I have a couple of movie soundtracks. Now, I feel like Thanksgiving movies are another element of the Thanksgiving world that I feel tends to elude people. But I actually know a good few, and some of them have really good soundtracks. So some of them are in here. We have a handful of absolutely essential tracks from Charlie Brown, Linus and Lucy, which is the one that everyone knows.
Yes.
And the Thanksgiving theme. We have a couple of tracks from a really beautiful cartoon miniseries that came out a few years ago called Over the Garden Wall. Show has a very fall vibe. It's known for this very beautiful fall artwork, and the soundtrack is great. I recommend the whole album, but a standout for me is the first track called Prelude, which is this very lovely string piece that just feels so homey and fall-like to me. And I also just have a bunch of songs that I just like, and I'm loosely connecting to Thanksgiving. I have a couple like 90s acoustic songs that give me a very Thanksgiving vibe. King of Carrot Flowers, Part 1 by Neutral Milk Hotel. Really rich instrumentation and lyrics, kind of oriented around family, though it's a little dark. And instead of listening to or watching the Macy's Day Parade, you could listen to Rose Parade by Elliott Smith. Just this really nice, melancholy song. And I also have some popular stuff on there. I have a song by Origami Angel called 24-Hour Drive-Thru, which is this really great emo pop tune that has big Friendsgiving vibes, like just coming together over like fast food and just taking solace in each other's company. And Dublin, California by Just Friends, ska punk ode to family and support systems. And yeah, that's me. That's my playlist. I'll put it in the description of the videos. Do you guys have any other Thanksgiving songs you're thinking of listening to?
Oh, well, first of all, I need to listen to a bunch of stuff that you said. Like, I'm gonna go listen to that playlist. I just feel the fall energy already. So I can't believe you put that playlist together, because Leslie and I did not know how you were gonna do it.
Yeah,
and I'm very proud.
Like, okay, Jake, yeah, you have fun. And I was just like, this actually sounds like really good though. I'm gonna listen to it on Thanksgiving, like straight up.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it at dinner, and everyone's just gonna have to deal with it.
I'm always like up for like a good playlist that I didn't make myself, because like my playlists are always like garbage, but whenever I find that other people's playlists are always really like well put together. Because here's the thing is, when I make a playlist, it's like pretty much like my favorite songs from like 3 different artists that I listen to.
Yeah.
Those are my playlists.
No, I definitely do that too.
They're not suitable for other people. For me, sure.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like my playlists become repetitive. So like it's listening to other people's playlists kind of opens up your world a little bit. I found Josh on Spotify. So like I followed him on Spotify, and I was going through all his playlists trying to just listen to different music.
Oh my god, I need to stop Spotify.
I stopped.
It is really great.
Yeah, good playlists are like a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's like different music than you would normally listen to, and especially if it's like for like a holiday or some sort of event, it's like fitting the vibe. I feel like, I don't know, it's just really nice.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you, Jake, for coming on and talking about Thanksgiving music. I'm very excited to see what you have for us for like our normal music segment. Very excited for that.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Wow, so that wraps up our Thanksgiving special episode. Thank you everyone for joining us. Next week we will be taking a break, since next week is Thanksgiving, this upcoming Thursday, so we won't have a new video out on next Sunday, but after that we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Leslie, I have a question. So, if we're done with the Thanksgiving episode, does that mean I can play Christmas music now?
Caitlin, no.
but
it's not time. Okay, but here's the thing: is that it's Sunday, right, Caitlin?
Yeah.
When is Thanksgiving?
Thursday.
So when can you play Christmas music?
Thursday night.
Okay, close enough.
Maybe Friday.
Your Black Friday day.
I love Christmas music. Christmas music is allowed after Thanksgiving. That's just the rule.
I think it's the rule too. I think it's fair, because you enjoy your Thanksgiving, you enjoy your turkey and your family, and then you're like, boom, Mariah Carey. Like,
yeah. The Christmas music makes me so happy though. It kind of just lights up your day, and I feel like we all need that energy.
We can't talk about Christmas too much. This is literally the Thanksgiving episode.
Yes, I am sorry. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And
I hope healthy, safe Thanksgiving. Safe, emphasis on safe.
Emphasis. And stay thankful, stay grateful, and be healthy.
We'll see you the week after next. Bye.